Hola, ¿qué tal amigos del Jefe? 96.7, 105.3 FM. Yo soy Alex Gantes y nos encontramos desde el Partenón en la ciudad de Nashville. El día de hoy estamos celebrando el 214º aniversario de la Independencia de México. Los invito a que se queden y disfruten de esta gran celebración. Nos encontramos con el cónsul general Javier Díaz de León, el cónsul general de México en Atlanta, que nos acompaña en esta tarde en la ciudad de Nashville, directamente desde el Partenón, celebrando el 214º aniversario de la Independencia de México. Cónsul, ¿cómo está? Bienvenido, un gusto.
No, pues gracias, muy feliz de estar aquí una vez más en Nashville. Me encanta venir a Nashville.
Nosotros nos encanta que nos acompañen, que nos visiten, por supuesto. Tenemos algunas preguntas para toda nuestra audiencia, por supuesto, y la gente mexicana que nos está viendo el día de hoy. Para comenzar, me gustaría saber si hay algún mensaje esta noche que quiera compartirle a todos aquellos mexicanos y mexicanas que celebran la independencia de México desde el extranjero.
No, pues primero que nada, lo que siempre le decimos y siempre reiteramos, creo que todos y todas las mexicanas y los mexicanos en cualquier lugar del mundo donde viven deben de sentirse muy orgullosos. Deben sentirse muy orgullosos de la nación, de la patria de la que venimos, de la cultura que es admirada alrededor de todo el mundo y también obviamente de nuestros valores, de nuestra gente, de todo lo que hace nuestra gente aquí en Estados Unidos. Lo hacen mucho también por beneficiar a familiares en México, pero también lo hacen aquí enriqueciendo a este país. Entonces yo creo que deben de estar muy orgullosos de todo eso.
Por supuesto, cónsul. ¿Cómo está trabajando en este momento el consulado para proporcionar información y protección también a todos nuestros connacionales después efectivamente de esta ley que entró en vigor hace un par de meses, esta ley antimigrante aquí en el estado de Tennessee?
Bueno, digamos, de primera instancia, lo primero que hicimos fue venir personalmente. Yo estuve aquí en Atlanta pocos días después de que esta ley entró en vigor y me entrevisté directamente con autoridades. Entonces hablamos con gente de la policía, gente de los fiscales de varios de los condados del estado, hablamos con jefes de policía, hablamos con alcaldes y les preguntamos que nos dijeran pues, si esta ley qué representaba y qué significaba. Y el común denominador de lo que nos dijeron todos, incluyendo, por ejemplo, el sheriff de aquí del condado de Davidson, allá en Chattanooga, también hablamos con autoridades cerca de Knoxville, en donde todos los jefes de policía nos indicaron que obviamente no era una ley que fuera a cambiar nada de lo que estaban haciendo. Entonces el mensaje es muy sencillo. Si ustedes tienen un récord limpio, si no han cometido un crimen grave, no es una ley que deba de afectarles. Si obviamente lo contrario, como siempre, es algo que generaría un factor de preocupación. Si hay algún tipo de crimen en el récord de cualquier persona, pues posiblemente está sujeta a deportación. Pero eso no es algo nuevo.
Por supuesto, y claramente hablando sobre pues, cómo prepararnos, cómo estar listos para cualquier imprevisto. Una cosa muy importante son nuestros documentos como nuestras identificaciones y precisamente la siguiente pregunta es si se tiene planeado próximas visitas con el consulado sobre ruedas. Sabemos que hemos tenido por ahí algunas demoras y nos gustaría saber también a qué se deben estas demoras en los últimos meses.
Se han debido principalmente a demoras de carácter administrativo, que desde México no se han hecho llegar acá los recursos para que la persona que encabece el equipo para que venga a Nashville pudiera venir. Pudo venir el mes pasado, si recuerdo bien, pero no hemos logrado esto. Tiene que ver también en este momento con el cierre de la administración. Entonces, pues lo que creemos y lo que vamos a hacer es que en cuanto tengamos nuevos interlocutores allá en la Cancillería, en la Secretaría de Relaciones Exteriores en México, al entrar la nueva administración, vamos a poner este tema hasta arriba de la lista para que se ponga atención al tema. Y esperamos que se reanude de manera más frecuente la visita del consulado sobre ruedas.
Por supuesto, y hablando precisamente de este cambio de administración y frente a las próximas elecciones que tenemos también en los Estados Unidos, ¿cuál podría ser el mensaje que se tiene para todos aquellos mexicanos, incluso aquellos mexicanos principalmente para aquellos que pueden votar en ambos países?
No, pues creo que ya lo dijiste y lo dijiste muy bien. Lo que nosotros siempre decimos es, si ustedes, así como dije yo hace unos minutos, que deben estar muy orgullosos de ser mexicanos, también creo que deben estar muy orgullosos de ser parte de esta ciudad y de este lugar en donde viven. Y hay muchos de ustedes, a lo mejor son de segunda generación, o a lo mejor tuvieron la oportunidad de venir y regularizar su situación migratoria, que pueden tener la capacidad de ser binacionales, de ser al mismo tiempo mexicanos y ciudadanos estadounidenses. Para empezar, eso es algo muy bueno, porque les empodera en los dos lados. Si ese es el caso, si ustedes tienen la oportunidad, o conocen a jóvenes o a personas que tengan la posibilidad de hacerlo, háganles el llamado de que se pronuncien, de que hablen, de que voten. ¿Por qué? Porque ese es precisamente el factor más importante para incidir en las decisiones que se toman en este país. Si se toman decisiones como esta ley antiinmigrante de la que estábamos hablando, en buena medida sucede porque los políticos que las promueven y que las crean, creen o consideran que los votantes latinos e inmigrantes no van a votar. Entonces no creen que vaya a tener digamos, un costo político para ellos. Entonces lo que hay que hacer en buena medida, en la medida de lo posible, quienes vayan a hacerlo, voten y que hagan que su voz suene y que aquellos que toman decisiones se den cuenta que los latinos, los mexicanos que viven aquí tienen voz y que pueden ejercer su voz y ejercer su derecho.
Por supuesto. Cónsul, para finalizar, ¿cuál sería lo más importante que estamos celebrando con esta independencia, siendo ya 214 años después de ese punto?
Creo que estamos celebrando una vez más el gran orgullo de ser mexicanos, el ser parte de esta nación que es admirada en todo el mundo. 214 años se dicen fáciles, pero somos un país que ha logrado muchísimo. Tenemos problemas como todos los países del mundo y tenemos que buscar cómo resolverlos, pero al final del día somos un país que es admirado por todo el mundo. Y particularmente ustedes que viven aquí en Nashville, yo en las ocasiones que vengo me doy cuenta que aquí la gente quiere y admira mucho a México. Así que es un país del cual creo que tenemos que tener un gran orgullo y gritar y festejar y fortalecer el sentimiento en nuestros hijos del orgullo y del cariño hacia lo mexicano es muy importante. Así que ojalá todos ustedes lo hagan en los festejos públicos que se lleven a cabo, que hay muchos, o también lo hagan en el calor de su hogar, no importa dónde lo hagan.
Perfecto. Cónsul, muchísimas gracias como siempre por su tiempo, por su espacio y bueno, invitamos a la gente del jefe para que se quede con nosotros y disfrute con nosotros de esta gran ceremonia.
Mexico is best known for its culture, its amazing food, its kind people, its wonderful traditions, and of course, the talent of thousands of Mexicans who proudly represent our beautiful country abroad. Next, I'll be honored to introduce one of those Mexicans, Mariachi y Guanajuato. between Mexico and Nashville has been steadily growing and strengthening. And a perfect example of this is the celebration of our official ceremony of the anniversary of the independence of Mexico. With the presence of our mayor, and I'm delighted to present with us today the Honorable Freddie O'Connell, Mayor of the City of Nashville.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for the kind introduction. Of course, good evening. Bienvenidos a todos. I'd like to just express my gratitude and the fact that it's an honor to be here, and I want to recognize colleagues in public service who are here this evening, and especially my friend Sandra Sepulveda, the first Latina to be elected to Nashville's Metro Council. And of course, gratitude to our local Mexican-American community, which has contributed so much to our growth and culture here in the city during my lifetime. We wouldn't be the city we are without this community, so it's truly my honor to be here with you to celebrate the 214th anniversary of the independence of Mexico. And this year's event is special for many reasons. One of them is this location. In Nashville, we've celebrated Mexico's independence for many years and always in coordination with the consulate. But this is the first time we've held this ceremony at the Partenón. One of the highlights of my first year as mayor was back in June when we held a news conference in my office to announce the discovery of 248 pre-Columbian artifacts in the Partenon's permanent collection that will be returned to Mexico, their country of origin. This was a big moment for not just us as a city, but our relationship with Mexico, and I was delighted to be joined that day by Javier Diaz de Leon, the Consul General of Mexico, based in Atlanta, and we thank that office for their assistance in repatriating these artifacts to their proper home. The pieces all come from Western Mexico. They included small adornments, zoomorphic images, ceramic pots, musical instruments, and hand tools. And during the news conference, we displayed an effigy dog vessel that is at least 2,000 years old and dates back to Mesoamerica's pre-classic or archaic period beginning in the year 3500 BC. The artifacts were donated here to the Parthenon in the 1960s and 70s by Dr. John L. Montgomery and Edgar York. In consulation with the General Consulate, the pieces were delivered to the Institute of Anthropology and History Museum in Mexico City. There are so many contributors to this wonderful story, but I do want to single out one. Bonnie Seymour, who is Registrar and Assistant Curator at the Parthenon. She really drove this effort. But to me, as I strive to be a partner-in-chief for the city, this is a great example of what partners can do. Different agencies and interests in both the public and private sector coming together to do the right thing. It is a win for the museum, it's a win for international relationships and our great friendship with Mexico. And of course, it's a win, I think, for our vibrant Mexican-American community here in Nashville, which has become such a part of the Music City story, and it strengthens the bond across many communities. I do hope to go see these artifacts on display in Mexico at some point. Now today, about 14% of our population is Latino or Hispanic, but those percentages more than double at the youth level. About 1 of every 3 students in metro schools are Latino or Hispanic. Here is maybe the most remarkable statistic of all. Between 1980 and 2014, this population in Tennessee grew by 858%, with most of that growth here in Middle Tennessee. And we now have 3 consulate offices in Nashville, having welcomed El Salvador and Guatemala over the past year. Maybe there's room for one more. We'll find out. I hope so, fingers crossed. Thanks to one of my predecessors, Mayor Carl Dean, we have an Office of New Americans and an incredible program called My City Academy that empowers new Americans to understand and participate in Nashville's government. We've hired Jackie Gomez to lead that office and an important institution of My City Academy, and I think many of you know Jackie. She's one of 3 first-generation Americans on our team in the mayor's office, and she just had her naturalization ceremony back in March. We are very proud of her for that, and I'm so grateful that she joined our team. And one thing we share in common is that Jackie and I are both alumni of My City Academy, which I know I learned a ton from. More than 50 countries have been represented so far in My City Academy. It's the first program of its kind in the nation. Over the course of 7 months, participants meet with leaders from multiple local governmental departments and tour metro facilities. And our hope is they gain a better understanding, not just as residents, but also in the process of becoming great leaders. We've seen multiple alumni come to join Metro government in everything from our Metro Nashville Police Department to the Mayor's office and many other roles besides, and many are still community leaders in our immigrant and refugee community. Upon graduation, My City participants help their communities understand and access government services, and the alumni network is still very vibrant. It's an economic engine that helps turn strangers into true residents and Nashvillians and makes our community stronger. And one of our strengths is, of course, our Mexican-American community in Nashville. As part of this evening's festivities, I am proud to offer a proclamation celebrating Mexican independence on behalf of the city of Nashville. So again, it is my honor to be with you tonight, and I'm so proud to be able to present this proclamation and celebrate Mexican independence with you all. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you very much, Mayor O'Connell, for being part of this evening and for making Nashville our home. Tonight, we're also honored by the presence of several elected officials and consul generals from other countries and of our Office of New Americans of Nashville and Chattanooga. Please stand so we can recognize you. Thank you all for joining us tonight. This evening, before the official ceremony of the Mexican independence, the Consul General of Mexico will grant the Otli Award, one of the most important and symbolic awards that the government of Mexico bestows upon those personalities who stand out for their integrity, commitment, and spirit of service towards the Mexican community abroad. I am pleased to invite to the stage Consul General of Mexico, Javier Díaz de León, who will present the
Thank you. Just a round of applause for our MC, please. It's always a great feeling. Siempre es un gustazo estar aquí en Nashville. And of course, every occasion is different. Every occasion is special. Today, of course, we are here to celebrate Mexico por 214 años, 214 years of our independence. This is historic, this is always historic. Mayor O'Connell, thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you for everything you're doing on behalf of the immigrants and on everybody who lives here in Nashville, particularly, of course, from my point of view, for the Mexican Americans and the Mexicans who live here in Nashville, that we know do so much for Tennessee, for the United States, and for the city of Nashville, which by the way, Nashville has always been, Nashville ha sido por mucho tiempo un lugar, una ciudad que se destaca por ser bienvenida, por ser amigable a los inmigrantes, for being welcoming to immigrants. And it's a long history of Nashville setting a path in that sense. And Mayor O'Connell, you're only enhancing and strengthening that from the first day you took office. And I thank you so much for everything you have done and for everything you're doing. It's also important, you might notice that I'm maybe a little nervous. This is the first time I've done this in front of a Greek goddess. So I kind of feel like someone's back watching me from behind. But more seriously, the Partenón, of course, is a wonderful place to be today for many reasons, and it was also very well explained by Mayor O'Connell. This is a place that has shown in very specific way, de manera muy directa y muy clara, the respect and the love they have for our culture, for our ancestry, for what we are, and what they did in terms of recovering these artifacts, selecting them, all the work that Bonnie Seymour did, gracias, gracias, Bonnie, and all the work that the city of Atlanta with Bonnie did to return those artifacts to Mexico, because those artifacts that are thousands, hundreds and thousands of years old, they're part of our culture, they're part of who we are. So returning those artifacts is returning to us, to Mexicans, part of what we are, part of our soul. So the Partenón has already been part of that, and the artifacts were here. How long? Exhibits. They were here for 2 months, 2-3 months. So the artifacts will be exhibited here at the museum, along with the wonderful art of Mr. Vera, which is right here with us today, also a brilliant Mexican artist. And so this has already been a home for Mexican culture for quite some time. So it's already, once we find Mexico, we will keep coming back, Bonnie. We will keep coming back. So, before, of course, one of the first reasons we are here, of course, as I've already mentioned, is to bestow the Oakley Award. The Oakley Award, like it was very well said, is a very important award that is bestowed around the world, around all the Mexican embassies and consulates all around the world, to people, particularly people who have done special things, special work, on behalf of Mexicans wherever they live outside of the country. The word Oakley is a word in the language of Nahuatl, which is the ancient Mexican language that was the language of the Mexicas, of the Aztecs. And the word means path, road. And the reason for that is because this is an award that is bestowed to people who have made a road, who have opened the road for others who are coming behind them in order to reach their destination, whether it's a better life, whether it's a better job, whether it's a better future. So there's people all over the world that have done that. But there's also people here in Nashville, who have gotten that award before. Y tenemos aquí con nosotros a personas que han recibido, digamos, preseas similares a estas. Particularly here in Nashville, two good friends of ours, all of you, I think everybody knows them and loves them, have received the Oakley Award. So will be Mayra Yu and then the others. And there's a second award that Mexico gives to those Mexicans who have shown a particular example of success as professionals. Shown an example of excellency in what they do around the world, and that is what we call the award for Mexicanos destacados. And that award has also been bestowed here, Mr. Manuel Cuevas. And of course, Enrico Lopez Yañez from the Symphony also. So I already explained to you what the Oakley is, who has done it Oakley, but this year, as we all know, the Oakley is being bestowed to Sandra Sepulveda. So a few notes here about her, which I think probably might be dangerous because I think you know a lot more about Sandra than I do. But I'll let you know what I have in my notes about her. She's a prominent leader in Nashville. She's recognized for her commitment to social justice and community empowerment. She was the first Mexican, mentioned by the mayor, and the youngest woman ever elected to this city's council. She represents the district with the largest population of Latin origin in the area. During her tenure, she has promoted inclusive leadership, ensuring equitable access to financial resources and funds for the Mexican community. She has also focused on improving education, infrastructure, and public transportation for Latino children in the city, fighting to guarantee the right to have textbooks in Spanish. She has championed initiatives to improve working conditions in the construction industry,
as well to create spaces dedicated to the Latino community, such as Mariposa Park. She is a tireless advocate for equity and the well-being of migrant families, always focused on inclusion and representation of minorities. She's also, of course, she's also Mexican. She is Mexican because her parents are Mexican, and because of everything she has done, because she has, she's a trailblazer, everything she does, she's a trailblazer in the City Council of Atlanta, and she will be, I'm pretty sure that in the future she will keep breaking glass ceilings around all over the place. The government of Mexico has chosen to recognize Sandra's equity. Leadership and commitment stand out as deserving of this award, and reflects the values of the Oscar Award. And so it's I thought it was a great choice, and I hope all of you agree. So please welcome me and recognize.
So, muchas gracias por este reconocimiento. I want to quickly acknowledge my family who's sitting in the back, if they could raise their hand. Some of y'all might know my parents don't live in Nashville anymore. They live in Durango, and so they're visiting today. But muchas gracias por este reconocimiento. To be Mexican has been a gift. To be lucky enough to come from an ancestry of warriors, innovators, and dreamers is a privilege. To receive this award is an honor. I never intended to be in the position that I am. There should have been so many people before me, people who paved the way, who wrote the blueprint and brought me along. People saw me Mexican, young, and a woman, something to overcome, not knowing the fighters I come from. I heard I wasn't American enough, I wasn't Mexican enough, I was too young, I needed to wait. Well, I'm stubborn, and some of my colleagues and friends will tell you that if you tell me not to do something, I'm going to do it. This job is lonely and has taken so much, but I would do it all over again. We have put books on the street, protected workers, promoted diversity, got resources in the hands of community, been first responders after disasters, shoulders to cry on after loss. We have been neighbor, parent, and priest. And my goal this entire time has been to change someone's everyday life, to uplift my community, the Mexican name, to fiercely protect my people, and to uplift them every chance I get. This award is an honor, but I only do this to help you. I want to thank the Mexican government and the Mexican consulate for even considering me. I want to thank my friends who have saved me in ways they will never know. They are my shoulders to cry on, my friends and my priest. I want to thank my family who keep me humble, and my parents, Maria and Don Pancho, who at 14 and 15 left everything they loved behind. My dad who crossed the Rio Grande, my mom whose hair was cut and dyed so she wouldn't blend in, my parents who cut flowers for 25 cents a dozen in the fields, cleaned homes, worked in construction, cooked in retirement homes, worked in dog bone factories, car part factories, chrome plating companies, you name it, the hardest working people I know. If I could be half the person they are, that is the epitome of a fulfilled life. So my biggest thank you goes to them. God gave me the privilege of being yours. So thank you once again for this award. Que viva el trabajador. Viva. Que viva la comunidad. Viva. Y que viva México. Viva. Gracias, Sandra, for those beautiful words. Se me puso como escalofríos. I don't know if you guys felt some goosebumps with that. We're so proud of you. At this moment, we will begin the official ceremony of the 214th anniversary of the independence of Mexico. Let us respectfully hear the national anthem of the United States of America, interpreted by Elena Jimenez. After which the Consul General will deliver the traditional Grito de Independencia, followed by the national anthem of Mexico, performed by Viva. Saludar. Ya. Now let us respectfully dismiss the Mexican flag, which is carried by the Escaramuza Guard, Herencia Charra. Saludar. Ya. Firmes. Ya. Thank you all very much for your presence this wonderful night. With that, we officially conclude the event and now invite you to continue enjoying the rest of the evening. Que pasen muy buenas noches y que disfruten el resto del evento.
Y de esta manera concluimos el 214 aniversario de la Independencia de México, transmitiendo desde el Partenón en la ciudad de Nashville, junto con el Consulado General de México en Atlanta, reportando para el Jefe 96.7 y 105.3 FM, Alex Gantes.